Again, this is a wonderful moment, a wonderful opportunity for Biafrans and indigenous Nigerians. We are really excited for what is happening at this moment. First, thanks to our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Ohamadi Kendibo. Thanks for his leadership. Thanks for your steadfastness and resoluteness. Even while they are holding you captive, you know and you say you're never going to betray us. And we will never betray you. You are there because of us, and we will never disappoint you. Greetings to our able, indefatigable, loved, cherished Prime Minister, His Excellency, the Peace Ambassador, Obatobie Simon Ekpa. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your steadfastness, your resoluteness, your consistency, the sense of spirit in you and almost everybody that have gathered here today. And above all, your love to liberate your people, our people, from the shackles of slavery, bondage, marginalization, killing, oppression, and suppression. Thank you so much, Obatobie. I greet you and I thank you, and Biafrans, thank you. Thanks to all the brigade cabinet members and de facto governors and executives and stakeholders here present. Thanks to all Biafrans, home and abroad, liaison officers, heads of administrators and departments, our allies, our lobbyists, our international and local attorneys working tirelessly to finalize our movement to Biafra land come 2025. Thanks to our foot soldiers. Give me a minute. Give me 1 second. Okay, great. Thanks to our foot soldiers, the Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra Resistance Fighters, the Force, the Biafra Navy, the Air Force, and the police. Thank you so much for what you do to protect our people from the terrorist Nigeria state. Please continue to do what you do every day as our PM has directed you. Do not relent. Do not waste a second to reach out for help. You know the help our PM has established before this brief incident. Please continue to reach out for help. Thanks to all the supporters of the liberation movement, home and abroad, privately and secretly, in cash or in kind, you all are our heroes. Thanks to the Biafra media, under his leadership, our own Sonny Akbarawa, that works tirelessly day and night to ensure that the world is not confused about the propaganda being sent out by the Nigerian government against Biafrans and against the indigenous people of Nigeria that have wallowed in abject poverty, being killed every day for almost the past 20, 30 years. Thank you so much, the media team. Again, my name is Dr. Ngozi Orobweze, the Chief of Staff to the Biafra government. The redeclaration of the independent state of Biafra is sacrosanct and comes up in the next few days in Finland. Our God, our Chukwu Okike Abiama, has ordained this period and the day of Biafra declaration. We have followed every peaceful means to be free from the terrorist state of Nigeria, who reintegrates non-terrorists into the military, into the police, into the army, into the Air Force, into the customs. That is what they do. The records are there. The Nigerian Defense Chief, Christopher Musa, publicly accepted and shows the world how Nigerian government reintegrates non-terrorists into the state. Now is the time for Biafrans and all indigenous Nigerians to liberate themselves from these shackles of terrorism to make the world a better place. As some of you are aware, our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, was invited by the Finland local police for some frivolous allegation by some disgruntled Nigerians living in Finland being sponsored by the Nigerian terrorist state and Europe and Britain. Our PM responded to that invitation and still doing that as we speak, delivering information, giving them the reasons why indigenous Nigeria must be free, the reason why Biafra must be free, the reason why the world is going to be a better place when Nigeria is divided or collapsed, so that the indigenous Biafrans, indigenous Nigerians can function at their highest capacity, not this capacity set by Nigeria. You almost heard or read some misguided Nigerian journalists and politicians and some Nigerian agents that our Prime Minister says he's now the leader of Biafra government in exile. That our Prime Minister is in jail. That our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, is a terrorist. That our Prime Minister is inciting people. I believe each and every one of you here must have heard some of those charms being perpetrated by the Nigeria government, their agents, and their newspapers that are stooges to them. Well, I will give you the clear and real answer based on facts, not based on propaganda, not based on fictions. Our able Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, is well, hale, and hearty. He is not in jail, and as we speak, not convinced of any crime by the local police in Finland. At no time did our Prime Minister ever say he's not
network.
from the office of the Chief of Staff. The Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, never committed any crime. He is fighting for the restoration of the Republic of Biafra. He is fighting for the freedom for his people and defending them through self-defense, which is the right of the individual and the right of the people. Let me be clear again. Our Prime Minister is not convicted of any crime in Finland by the local police. They are just gathering information. I know they took his phone, which is normal, and all of us know it's normal in any process based on the lies that the Nigerian government and their agents in Finland, some Biafran agents who we have their information, have lied and submitted to the local police authorities. Again, the Prime Minister of Biafra has committed no crime. The manipulations going on by Britain and their slave stooges in Nigeria is well understood. And I believe Biafrans, you all know this story. My advice is for everyone here, and my advice to those that are peddling false information against our Prime Minister in the local police in Finland, the Finland authorities, those that are listening, and the stooges with the Biafra, Nigerian government, with some of their likes in Southeast, governors, Southeast politicians that are peddling lies. The only thing I can tell them is this. You can fool some people sometime, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Am I coming out very clear? I hope everyone is listening. Can you hear me? Am I coming out? Okay, good. Great. So I'll continue. The crop of leaders we have in the Biafra government today have all it takes, spiritually, educationally, financially, to ensure that Biafra is declared and other indigenous Nigerian nations declare their independence to make the world a better place. Our population is too many, and the diversity as well as the deadly intentions of the Nigerian leaders makes the breakup of Nigeria an urgent call, both by all international leaders and all local leaders. Nigeria has killed its indigents enough. Nigeria has killed Biafrans enough. And any genuine and indigenous Nigeria that wishes to continue existing inside this enclave that kills and maims every second, we wish the person luck. But for Biafrans and indigenous Nigerians that wants to make the world a better place, the entity called Nigeria must crumble so that indigenes will go their separate ways and start rebuilding from the scratch. And I'm going to go ahead and give you some of the points that have made Nigeria a burial ground. And let me be very, very clear. The lies and some of the gossips that was given to the Finland local police about our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is what most of us hear. We hear every day from those that are fighting for the independence and restoration of Biafra. Do not make any mistake about that. It's still the same indigenes using the Nigerian government, using Britain to continue their atrocities and killings to indigenous people for their selfish purposes. Mark my word, that has come to end with Briggy, with this government, and with these indigenous Biafrans partnering together and our allies to stop this terrorism going on in our land. Let me start with the dangerous diversity. In Nigeria, there is no harmony in culture, in ethnicity, religion, constitution, sense of belonging. You ask yourself, why do most Nigerians keep leaving the country in droves? When I say in droves, Nigerians leave the country in droves, both from the east, west, north, and south. Every day, thousands of Nigerians are at the airport trying to leave the country because most of them cannot express themselves inside that terrorist state and not get killed or imprisoned by the Nigeria government headed by current President Tinubu and the senators and the House of Representative members. In Nigeria, this is among the only country where we have two religions being practiced. They practice Sharia in the north, and then they practice the regular constitution in other parts of the country. And I want to ask anybody listening to me, how can you operate two constitutions in one country and you expect the indigenes to just keep quiet? If you are a Christian living in the northern part of Nigeria, President Tinubu makes you live by the Sharia law. If you do not obey the Sharia law, President Tinubu is part of the people that supports the Sharia law that we stone an innocent Christian to death just because she wants to question what is going on here. You all remember the story about Deborah. Deborah was murdered, was stoned in the streets of the northern part of Nigeria where Sharia was practiced. Did any of you hear President Tinubu make any comment, or the former president of Nigeria, Buhari, or Atiku, the one contesting for president? Did anybody hear them condemn this practice that you do not have to kill any indigenous Nigeria just because they are living in the northern part of Nigeria where another kind of law called the Sharia is being practiced, is being supported by this same Nigerian government today? We have the marginalization of Biafrans all over Nigeria. All the major high offices in Nigeria, in defense, in Navy, in Air Force, in Army, in the police, in the central bank, there is no professionalism to get the best person. Rather, it is about your tribe and who you know. Most Biafrans has been stopped, have been marginalized, have been sidelined in arising to their highest potential in the Nigerian leadership based on what President Tinubu currently has in place. That is why the declaration of the independent state of Biafra is going to happen this week in Finland. Nothing, no Jupiter can stop that. There is also the centralized police station in Nigeria today. All the police that works in the whole country, all of them are under the federal government. This increases the crime and terrorism because every state head must get permission from the federal before any major arrest or function can happen. So if you are in Abia State or Ebonyi State or in Kaduna State or in Lagos State or in Nasarawa State, and somebody comes over there and commits a crime, the local police authority have no power to arrest or detain that individual until the power and the order comes from the federal, controlled by Tinubu. That is why you have so much increase in crime in Nigeria, because the federal controls the state police. This is what we have been fighting against. This is what Biafrans have been fighting against over the years. Give powers to the regions to control their police. That is the only way the regional police can fish out the terrorists that are invading our country. But President Tinubu, the Nigerian senators, the Nigerian House of Representatives, they refuse to do that. That is why Nigeria now is a bed of roses for most of the terrorist organizations in the world. I also want to talk about the insecurity. The reintegration and rehabilitation. And again, I'm going to let you know things that are in place as we speak. So that if you are not familiar before, right now, you are going to be well informed after my Twitter space. The Nigerian government has a policy to reintegrate and rehabilitate non-terrorists into the police force, into the army, into the navy, into the custom, and into the state. And you know what happened? When they reintegrate these terrorists, their major concern is to Islamize Nigeria.
They are disturbing her Twitter space. They are disturbing her Twitter space.
The Nigerian senators and the House of Representatives, they've sent thousands of these reintegrated terrorists into Biafra territory, into Biafra land, and they continue to kill our people. They continue to maim our people. They continue to rape our women. They continue to rape over, take over our land, destroy our farmland, destroy our economy. That is their agenda. What was our crime? What is our crime? Just saying that all these things I'm mentioning is no longer making the world a better place. Does not make our life better. We all need to go our different ways to start as a new nation. That is the right thing to do. We cannot continue to function in a country where terrorists have taken over the military and the police. Even some of our indigenous Nigerian police officers, military officers are being killed by these reintegrated terrorists in the battlefield. And I can supply you evidences when you seek that. The Islamization of Nigeria, where Nigeria is a secular state. We have mostly Christians and some Muslims. But this current president of Nigeria, with some of his predecessors, have systematically turned Nigeria into an Islamic state. And that is why Nigeria is a member of IOC. They made the country, without the approval of the Christians, they dragged the whole country into the Islamic Republic. That is why Nigeria is a safe haven for terrorists. Nigeria being a member of the IOC with the rules that guide the membership. I need you to check out what is the rule that guide the membership of an IOC. They have their rules before they admitted Nigeria to become a member of the Islamic Organization Council. There is a rule that you have to meet as a country to become a member of IOC. And one of those rules, and I'm going to look for more, is that somehow you have to make your country mostly, even if they are Christians, 50-50, you have to make everything there mostly Islamic. That is why today Nigeria is a member of the Islamic Organization, despite the objections by the Christians inside Nigeria. That is why you see heightened increase of the murder of Christians in Nigeria. I can give you instances in Southern Kaduna, in Jos, in Enugu State, in Ekpa State, the killing of over 300 people in Plateau State in December 2023, the killing in Ehamufu, the killing in our leader's house, Mazinamde Kalu's house. They reported 30. But I promise you, when Nigeria gives the reporters 30, just multiply that by 2 or 3 or 4. That is the number of innocent Nigerians they killed just for nothing because they want to actualize their Islamic agenda. The killing in Ebonyi State, the Aba massacre, the recent one, all young Nigerians young Biafrans dressed in white. They were marching on the streets of Aba, just requesting for the release of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, whom the Nigerian government has been holding for almost 3 years for nothing except we want the nation of Biafra because we cannot live in the same community with terrorists. Nigerian government is holding Nnamdi Kanu today. There are several massacres, of which anybody here that need more information, request for the information from me, please call me. My phone number 770-329-7339. Again, 770-329-7339. And I'll give you more detailed information, some of which I'm not going to cover here because of time. In Nigeria, there is oppression, suppression, and killing of unarmed innocent citizens just for marching on the street. You're all familiar with the last march that was done like 2 or 3 months ago, the End Bad Governance. Do you all know how many innocent Nigerians that were killed by President Tinubu using the Nigerian police and army? They were up to, I believe, they were up to 30 to 50 or more innocent indigenous Nigerians murdered in the northern part of Nigeria for nothing, just because they were marching against bad government. Some of you are familiar with the Answers March, which happened in Nigeria. Some of you are familiar with the number of innocent Nigerians that were killed during that protest. Even the Nigerian government denied nobody was killed. But all the human rights activists, all the human rights report has pointed to the fact that Nigerian government murdered innocent NSAS people, NSAS Nigeria, just because they were protesting against the brutality of the reintegrated terrorists that entered Nigerian police. That was why the Nigerian government killed all of them. There was the Aba March, the innocent Nigerians were killed. The Mo March, innocent Nigerians, and these are all unarmed, innocent citizens expressing their point, expressing their right against bad leadership. There was the Headbridge massacre. There was the Mpo massacre. All these were done by the Nigerian government. Anybody that's saying that our PM is instigating, Nigerians and Biafrans here, we love to confront you, to ask you, how do you define instigation? When innocent indigenous are murdered by their hundreds every month and nobody is talking about it except our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and our leader Nnamdi Kanu and others. We all are aware of the recent Okuama killing. Over 100 citizens, mostly males, were killed by the Nigerian military. Innocent citizens. How many court cases do we have in Nigeria against this military that murdered these innocent people today? How many have been, I'm not even going to go talk about compensation. But where are the court cases against the Nigerian government for the killing of these innocent citizens in Okuama, the oil-rich Delta region? Who is talking about that? Who is telling Nigerian government you cannot take life that you did not give? Nobody. Only our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has sworn by his life. He is going to defend Biafrans and any indigenous Nigeria that is going through what Biafrans are going through. So I tell the Finland government at this moment, please, any questioning that's been going on our Prime Minister, Please release him ASAP. Let him just have his freedom. Give him back his telephone. Because this battle, you are not going to win it. Nobody. Because it is the right thing for us to do. And we must continue to do that. I've talked about the reintegration and rehabilitation of non-terrorists into the Nigerian system. And the current Nigerian Defense Minister, Christopher Musa, has explained in detail how Nigeria reintegrates non-terrorists. And I can tell you at this point that some of these terrorists that are reintegrated into Nigeria by President Tinubu and Christopher Musa, Senator Godswill Akpabio, these people have started taxing indigenous Nigeria in some states of Nigeria. In some states of Nigeria, if
They are kicking his Twitter space. They are kicking it. They
they
don't
don't
want.
pay taxes to this reintegrate, they are not going to cultivate, they cannot going to reap the fruits of their labor. They cannot go to their farms. Think about this. We have a lot of kidnap going on in Nigeria. Mass burials. We have mass burials in Borno, Kaduna, Katsina, Imo, Anambra, Ebonyi. Mass burial. This, again, I want you all to be very clear with me today. The reintegration of non-terrorists into Nigeria doesn't just happen. So I'm calling on America. I'm calling on Europe. I'm calling on Finland. I'm calling on all the developed countries of the world to be fully aware that these reintegrated terrorists, they don't just come to Nigeria. The Nigerian government invites them for political reasons to win elections. And when they've helped them to win the elections, then they want to dump them back to the Sahel where they belong to, and they refuse to go. That is what is going on. When they refuse to go, Christopher Musa, the defense minister, what he does is now craft a policy with President Tinubu and Buhari, the ex-president, to reintegrate these terrorists into the Nigerian system. And that is why the havoc is going to even get worse. What country in the world rehabilitates and reintegrates non-terrorists? Because the Nigerian government does not know what it takes to safeguard the lives and properties of its citizens. That is why they have that policy. All they want is power. Who is going to help me get power? But Biafrans, we are going to let the world know the power belongs to the people. The power does not belong to the people you brought in to vote for you in an election so that you're going to win the election. I'm going to talk about the compromise and corruption during elections in Nigeria. Candidates are imposed on citizens. Even the Supreme Court cannot go free of this system. We have an instance where a governor that was fought in the state election, Hope Uzodinma, was eventually brought to the first position. And currently he is the governor in a state in Nigeria. All thanks to the Nigerian state headed by President Tinubu, the Nigeria Supreme Court that swore that guy to power after another person won the election. Let me talk about the lack of justice. No obedience to the rule of law. Nigeria is a lawless country. Lawless in every sense. And all of you, most of you are aware, when Nigeria tried to contest in the United Nations human rights position only 2 or 3 people voted for Nigeria. There's a reason for that. Finland, I'm telling you, there is a reason when Nigeria contested it was last year, United Nations position for human rights. Nigeria got only 2 or 3 votes. Go and research the records. There was a reason for that. The United Nations, I believe, if you are what you are, I believe you do not want a terrorist state to be part of the Human Rights Committee, because there are a lot of human rights violations against Nigeria. It's on record. So Finland, local police, I'm letting you know, research through the
They are kicking her. They are kicking her space. They are kicking her space. The the Nigerian government, they are kicking her space. They don't want her to talk. They are kicking her space. So they are kicking her Twitter space. They don't want her. They are kicking her space. So they don't want her to continue. But she will come back. She will come back. She will come back. She will come back. They are kicking. They are against her. You know that Nigeria don't like when they are exposing them like this. They don't like it. But she will come back. Oh, they are kicking her Twitter space. That is another problem. Zoo government. They don't want her to expose them. That's why you see they are against her. Then just exercise patience. She will be back. They are fighting. They are fighting her so much.
Give me a minute. Give me 1 second. Okay, great. These 2 African soldiers, the Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra resistance fighters, the force, the Biafra Navy, the Air Force, and the police. Thank you so much for what you do to protect our people from the terrorist Nigeria state. Please continue to do what you do every day as our PM has directed you. Do not relent. Do not waste a second to reach out for help. You know the help our PM has established before this aware recently, Nigeria was rejected in the BRICS. They wanted to join the BRICS, BRICS membership. But
They are fighting her Twitter space. That is the problem. They are kicking it out. They are kicking it out. It's not from my side.
Nigerian policies never supported the free world. They see education as a crime. They see development as a crime. So anything that will suppress America, Nigerian government will do that. That is why they rush to join the BRICS. And let me tell you the reason. According to the South African president, who announced the rejection of Nigeria in the BRICS, he said, presidents, the membership, according to the South African president, are countries that encourage a peaceful world. Countries that encourage a peaceful world. Now, you know the reason why Nigeria was rejected in BRICS. Because the leaders of BRICS, the president of South Africa specifically says, countries that encourage a peaceful world. Tell me how Nigeria can encourage a peaceful world with the reintegration and rehabilitation of known terrorists into Nigeria. That will never happen. In Russia, because Nigeria is a terrorist state. No sane country, no sane leader, no sane Congress in this world will ever regard Nigeria or support anything Nigerian government is doing. Because Nigerian government will use the terror against you eventually. I want to bring to your attention the terrorism that Biafrans have gone through under Nigeria. Some of you may have seen pictures, the burning of houses in southeast Nigerian territory, the killing of innocent citizens, good punishment such as breaking their knees with pestle by southeast governors. Soludo did that. All of us saw when Soludo, acting on the instruction of President Tinubu, the Nigerian president, hired agents. Every security agent in Biafra territory today, they are fighting against the indigenous people. And that is why we will continue to resist what they do to us. You all saw, it was all over social media when Soludo commanded his security agent to use pestle to break indigenous Nigerian knees. Innocent people, their knees were broken with their hardwood in public places. We all saw that. And you that is listening to me today, you think if you're a Nigerian, they will not do it to your brother or your sister or your child because it happened to another person. You think it will not happen to your own? It will. That is why we must rise now to make sure Nigeria crumbles and the indigents fly off like a dove. Self-preservation and self-determination and self-defense is allowed legally. And that is what Biafrans are doing. And that is what our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, is encouraging us to do every day. We cannot fold our hands and watch terrorists coming to kill and eliminate us and take over our land. We cannot. able to create the awareness and let the world know what we are going through. These things happened in 1967. We didn't have the actual media report of the crimes of the Nigerian terrorist state. But now I believe the world has that report. They killed innocent children. They starved them. Finland, thank you, Finland was among the countries that sent food items to Biafrans when this Nigerian terrorist state was starving innocent children of Biafrans. Imagine having a 3 or 5 or 6 or 7-year-old child and they are starved of food for 3 months. How do you think the child will look? How do you think they'll present? But that is what this terrorist Nigerian government did to Biafrans. Starvation of over 3 million children during the Nigerian Biafran war is genocide that cannot be forgiven without consequences. Biafra wants to be, actually Biafra is an independent nation as I speak to you. We've met all the criteria for a nation. We have the 40 states in Nigeria, in Biafra land, with the governors. Each state has its own structure. We have 40 states. Each of the states has 15 counties. Each county has 5 districts. We have all the state maps. And we have the names approved by all Biafran citizens. Biafra has specific geographical area, culture, and tribe, and is building alliances with many international countries. Biafra has been able to meet with many United States congressmen who saw for the first time under Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, the world is aware of what is going on in Nigeria for the first time because of the crop of Biafrans that are here now to restore Biafra. We have successfully conducted referendum online and at homeland physically. And many international observers and survey has validated Biafra referendum as legal, legit, and binding. Example, the ORB report, the COS, Committee of Emerging African States, we already have approval and recognition by this body. Over 60 million Biafrans have voted for the referendum without any bloodshed. Unlike in Nigeria, where even a local community voting comes with bloodshed. People are just murdered just for individuals to take power. Biafra is giving something different from what Nigeria has. Biafra will make the world a better place. And Biafrans are happy with that. Most importantly is that Biafrans are happy with our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and what the Biafran Republic government in exile, Brigi, and the de facto homeland, what we are doing with our people are happy with that. Power belongs to the people, not to any individual. Trying to invite our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, trying to think, the myopic thought, if he does not participate in the restoration, Biafra will not come. You all have failed. We have millions of Biafrans that are like Simon Ekpa. Some are even going to be more brutal to the terrorist state of Nigeria. I promise you that. So the earlier just finished the questioning and let him go. Has no database. Nigeria does not know the population of these people. Nigeria does not know the names of its citizens. Nigeria has no database. It's only after our PM started talking about database, Nigeria now think they want to do database. You can be born in Nigeria in 2005, and Nigeria will issue you a passport and say you were born in 2010. No database, and nothing will happen about that. So anybody listening to me, ask me, is that what is seen in your own country? Our database, we use Jumio verification to capture existing Biafra recognized IDs in their countries of residence and match it with their physical facial features captured in different dimensions, then approve this for the data and ID. That is why Biafra ID card and passport will remain the best and they're highly verified in the whole world. Apart from other countries, we will be one of them. This is a feature never attained by Nigeria. That is why we have terrorists from Sahel being counted as citizens of Nigeria. And they participate both in governorship and presidential elections without any authentication, verification, or validation as Nigerian citizens. It's still ongoing today by this current Nigerian president. I know America diplomatically supported Biafra between 1967 and 1970. Biafra historically, religiously, fundamentally aligns with America and Israel in areas of promotion of basic fundamental rights of individuals, equity, justice, fairness, respect for the legal system. As you all are aware, our Prime Minister is a fine Finnish international lawyer that understood the rights of people and we are open to work closely with the United States and Finland to stop terrorism and make the world a better place. Biafra participation and recognition during the South Korea Peace Summit attests to the quest for peace and the use in every available means to build a peaceful world. Most of you watched me when I was in South Korea for the International Peace Conference, the HWPL. Those are the kind of programs our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa supports. Because to make the world a better place, you have to be able to understand the role, not just women, also the role women, men, and international community plays in making the world a better place. And every single country, IWPG has over 222 member countries. Each and every one of them that was present during my South Korea first time. There's a reason why I say this is the first time genuine Biafrans are propagating the freedom of Biafra. Some in the past, what they do, they pretend they are propagating. They go behind and take bribes from the Nigerian government, from the Southeast state governors. And they will be there talking to you about Biafra. But they never meant what they're saying. That is why some of them today, currently, are working for the Nigerian zoo government, are working for the Nigerian Southeast governors that are killing and maiming our people. And I plead with you, Biafrans, please do not be deceived anymore as we are declaring best airport, the best rail line, the best education, the best healthcare system. among Committee of Nations because we have the individuals that we do it. Our able leader Nnamdi Kanu has said he can never get justice in Nigeria. And it's happening today. Nigeria, under this Tinubu government, was able to stop the extradition of Abakari to the United States. You all remember? United States requested for Abakari, the drug lord, to be moved to America. But this President Tinubu and Buhari, they blocked it. Why did they block it? They blocked it because it is all their own interest. Abakari was part of the people that was killing Biafrans by the numbers on a daily basis and bragging about it. Nigerian government gave him the guns and all the resources he needs to eliminate our innocent Biafrans. One of my own was even eliminated. That is why this fight is so dear to me. Nobody can kill my loved innocent one and get away with it. You all aware of the Mieti Allah. There are other people that have done similar things that our leader Nnamdi Kanu has done. Sunday Igboho was an example. Sowore was there. But this Nigerian government
They are kicking the space. They are kicking it seriously. They don't want him to talk. They don't want her to talk. They are against her speech. They are against her speech.
Ekpa from beginning to end. So anybody, anyone thinking, or if you question Prime Minister for over 2 weeks, then nobody can stop the restoration of Biafra this week. For the Navy forces, for the Liberation Army, for the de facto government, and for the brigade. The structures are laid out. So anybody thinking about sitting at home voluntarily, anybody that comes to tell you that Biafrans are not sitting at home voluntarily, just know that that person is part of the terrorists we have in Biafra land. And they're working closely with the terrorist governors in Southeast, Southwest, and with the Nigerian government. That Monday sit at home is sacrosanct. It continues. Nothing will stop that until Biafra is fully declared and restored. We have no medical, no education. I'm not talking about light. I'm not talking about failure of national grid that happens on a weekly or monthly basis. Biafrans and Nigerians are the best in the whole world because they live out of fear for this Tinubu government. That's why they flee. Any international leader, it is time for you to allow Biafrans to go home and build their own country. We have a right to do that. We cannot continue to work in foreign countries while our people are dying daily, not getting the medical that they need, not getting the education they need, not getting the attention they need, not getting. And that cannot continue. Nigeria population is too high, too much. And leaders and politicians are corrupt, making it hard for an average Nigerian to grow and develop to their fullest potentials. We have a population in Nigeria of about, let me say, 200 and something million. The last time I checked, one of my friends contested as a Gambian president. Their population is about 1 million. 1 million. Those of you in Europe, European countries, what is your population? It is so easy for you to say, oh, you don't want to be part of this country. We all monitor Brexit. You just decide you don't want to be a part of a system or a country because they're not doing you good. So what makes you think differently that Biafrans that do not want to be part of this bad system?
Wait.
Good for your country to remove yourself from a country that you don't like their policy. You think it's not good for Africans, or you think it's not good for Nigerians, or you want to block it because of what you're gaining from us, the mineral resources. Again, I want to know what the problem is when you try to tamper with people's quest to be free. What is your achievement? Nigeria legislature and politicians, their salaries are one of the highest in the whole world. What do you say about it? Nigerian politicians, their salary is not scaled based on civil service, which result is obtained in other parts of the world. Nigerian, a typical politician, like the senator, have like different convoys. They have different allowances. They have wardrobe allowance, driver allowance, changing house allowance. Things that does not make the world a better place. And some of you international leaders, you don't know about it, or if you know, but I'm glad I'm letting you know, because from this space today, you are going to learn so much things you don't know before. While our people are being starved and impoverished, no jobs, you graduate from Nigerian college, no job. If you want to enter Nigerian military, you must have somebody. There's the connection. But now they are really looking for military and police, because most indigenous Nigerians do not want to be part of a terrorist controlled military or police, because they will shoot you in your back when you're not looking. So I'm telling all Biafrans, nobody, do not attempt to join anything Nigerian police, Nigerian military. And I'm also telling the indigenous Nigerians listening to me, please do not let any of your family member join Nigerian military, police, because these terrorists have reintegrated, they will kill them in a minute. And you lose your loved ones for nothing. Our prime minister has told the world he uses a multi-dimensional approach to fight for our freedom, especially self-defense. We can't fold our hands while the terrorists kill us, raise our homes, destroy our businesses. We are scattered all over the world. Those multi-dimensional ways, we are using political, diplomatic, we are also using self-defense. Because you cannot fold your hands and just say you're using diplomatic, or you're just talking to people. You'll be talking to people. Nigeria state will send terrorists into Biafra, and they are there right now, looking for Biafrans to kill, looking for Biafra males to kill, just because we want to be free. We want to decide who is going to rule us. Is that right? Just remember, the full Fulani terrorists that are occupying Nigeria, in charge of Nigeria, they use divide and conquer to divide Biafrans and divide all the indigenous Biafrans. And one to you, if you are a true Biafran, born of your mother, that will support any Southeast governor and their plots, or any agent, security agent working for the Southeast governors, or working for President Tinubu, after all these that I've analyzed and I've told you that is going on. This Nigerian government has tried several times to kidnap our Prime Minister, Simon.
They have kicked her out. They have kicked her out. They have kicked her out. Very funny people. They don't like when person disgracing them. They have kicked her out. They have kicked her out. They have kicked her out. Oh. The only country that don't like anybody to talk about them. They don't like somebody to expose their secret. When you expose their secret, they will be against you. They are kicking on the Twitter space. They finally kick her out. They hate when somebody exposing their atrocity. Corrupt country that is natural corrupt. They finally kick her out. It's like she cannot even come back again. They kick her out, so she cannot come back again. And she's not yet done. Good evening, Free Center. How was your day now? Our chief of staff is online lecturing us. So these people, they just kick her out. They just kick her out. The way they kick her out is very surprised. The thing even surprised her. I wish our prime minister have already. This is my second time for meeting you. You're welcome, my brother. You're welcome. How was your day? I always coming online now. I'm making video, live video now. I'm not posting video now. Our chief of staff is here lecturing us, so they just kick her out from the space. She's back. She's back again. She tried to come back again. Leave that in. Yeah, leave that in. She's back. She trying to set up her device. Sorry. Stop. December 22nd is it? I'm okay with you, free Lebanon. Yeah, you take me Libya, yeah. This one where you never cross. Waiting happen.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
Let's listen to her again.
Okay.
She's back.
I sent you a request. Okay. Requested. Okay. Requested. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Did you get a Okay, let me see. Hello, Twitch. Welcome. Oh, you're welcome. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you clearly. Okay, great. So we're just waiting for everyone to be here because we have the Chief of Staff of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile here. She's here to address the Biafra people about the situation of things and about the title up in the Jungle Throne. So you're welcome. Just give her some minutes to get everything together. So she's going to begin addressing us real soon. Thank you. Thank you for being here. All right. Thank you so much, Tochi. You're welcome, ma'am.
What happened now? Why this thing they are disturbing her? Huh? Now wow. These people don't want this woman to deliver this message today. What happened now? Why this thing they are disturbing? Leave that thing.
Once again, everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome here. We're just waiting for the Chief of Staff of Biafra Republic Government in Exile to be ready. She's going to be taking questions today. So if you have any questions that you want to ask her, please get that ready as well. We'll be here waiting on her to get ready to address us. So we'll just give her a moment here. Maybe a couple of minutes. Thank you. Welcome the Minister of Information on the speaker section, Mr. Akbarawa. You're welcome. I don't know if you can hear me. Can anyone hear me? Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Yeah. When you, the brigade media team is connecting to, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome COS and welcome all the cabinet members of BRGIE and welcome friends and lovers of Biafra. I think we can start now. We'll start with the anthem of Biafra and then the BDS anthem and then the COS will start. Okay, those that are manning the studio, media team, please, we are good to go. Go live so that I know you guys are ready. We start so that we know that everything is okay. Please, as you join, all you have to do is to share. Share the space because there is suppression on this COS account. So as you join the program, share, so that at the end of the day, the suppression on this account will be relieved. Okay, I think we are good to go.
Put your hand again. your hand again. We are eating now. Maybe I can't join us. Do that again, I will beat you. You know what made the woman finish the program? You know what made she finish the program? I don't know why. Take. I don't know why they don't want this program to finish. I just oh God, and my people still get patient. My people still get patient. What happened now? Biafran, the thing just tire me. They no one how to finish the program.
Some of our Biafran agents in Finland to tell the Finnish local police, and those are some of the things that his PM is delivering the facts, the informations with his lawyer to them. So again, that is the stand of the issue right now. So he doesn't have access to his phone at this time, but PM is in a comfortable place, very safe, very sound, just relaxing. And then, he and his lawyers digging it out. It's going to be probably if at all gets to court, it's going to be a court case between Nigeria and Biafra. So it's country to country. That is what it is right now. But the PM is very hale, very happy. And I spoke with somebody that saw him just this morning. PM is just okay. It's just that in every country, we have to follow their protocols. It's not about what we want to see happen. again, like I said, PM has always waited for a day like this. And he kept telling Biafrans, regardless of what is going, he is looking forward for a day like this when a formal report will be made to a government about Biafra so that he can table what is going on in Biafra to that particular country. And he's just to safeguard and also for security too. That's the answer to that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. If I may ask a second question, I want to ask you, were you in any way surprised at the situation of the moment? Because I ask this in respect to the fact that within 48 hours, you came out with a well-detailed message for the Biafran people. Then if you were taken back by surprise, how then can you be able to put yourself together in order to put such message out for Biafrans to understand the situation of the PM?
All right. Thank you so much for that question. And again, like I said, the Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, has already put a very powerful structure for this government. It's not just, he didn't do it alone. He did it with the help of people like myself, with the people like other people, the cabinet members, the de facto members, and Biafrans in general. So it's not something that just one person can do. And I keep telling people, the restoration of Biafra this week is not an individual thing. I want everybody to be very, very clear on that message. Holding in now the Kanu, asking PM this question, that one, that the Nigerian government, somebody lied, say you're a terrorist from the terrorist. The newspaper in Finland came out and said PM is never involved in terrorism. Now they say PM is inciting. So PM is inciting some of us, all of us here listening that are Biafrans. And then that's why, trying to say that
what you are doing this
like Akpabio, all those people in Southeast Enugu State governor, when they give order, Biafrans don't respect them. So that question has now gone to court, which is a great thing. I don't really know if, at that level. But the reason is because our prime minister is a very smart individual. You all know he's a lawyer, very seasoned person. He has led many Biafran and Igbo organizations. This is not just the first time. But having the right people around him and sometimes telling us that something like this could happen has prepared the government to respond in a timely manner. And also, we being in touch with him, it has also helped us to know the true situation of things. Thank you.
Thank you. I must confess that during your youthful days, you must be a very strong-willed woman because you have exhibited it in this your response to the Nigerian state. And that leads me to the last question, ma'am. Now that you have withered the storm, and with the way you are speaking, to me, it seems you are ready for the eventuality, whatever that comes with the restoration of Biafra 2nd of December 2024, ma'am.
So is that a question, or do you have a question, or?
Yes, I am saying that you must be a very strong, real woman in your youthful days, and you have exhibited it in how you responded to the terrorist Nigerian state and how you have, doused the tension in this situation that we found ourselves. The question is, are you ready? Are you really ready for any eventuality that may arise in respect to the second declaration, restoration of Biafra 2nd of December?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. Again, let me tell you clearly right now, there's no eventuality. The right for self-determination is protected by the United Nations. It's protected by most African organizations. It's protected by most business laws. So the right for us to say we have a right to choose who is going to be our leader come this period. it's not something that, I mean, all Biafrans are already ready. Remember, I told you, for the past 2 years, Biafrans have been voluntarily sitting at home every Monday. That is why when you go to a Biafran land, most offices are closed. Again, there could be few places that are open, but it is like a law. When the Fulani terrorists started to Islamize Nigeria, some of us here, we didn't know. When they say Sharia law has been introduced as a law in the northern part of Nigeria, some of us didn't say anything. Even some of the Christian pastors in Nigeria today, they didn't say anything. They just let it slide. But they didn't know that these people have an agenda, which is to Islamize the whole country. And that is why right now, Nigeria is a member of the Islamic State. So whether you agree or you don't agree, those are the facts. So our declaration or redeclaration, the United States of Biafra, again, is something that Biafrans have been looking forward to for years. So it's not just about me. That's why I said that this struggle is not about an individual. If Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is not available, he has already laid the rules that we must follow. And that rule, as long as he's taking us to Biafra, that's all that matters. As long as he's helping encouraging our indigenous brothers in other parts of Nigeria that are being killed, their wives and children are being murdered every day. As long as that happens, our PM will be happy. So we are fully ready. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David, for the questions. I'll have to bring you down. You took more than 2 minutes. Please let's not go past 2 minutes because we have 30 plus people waiting to ask their questions. Thank you, David, for that. So I'm going to call on Wuba Uchenna. You can go ahead with your questions. Wuba Uchenna, are you there? Mr. Joseph Putin, are you there? If you're not, I'm going to move on to the next person. Shine, baby, are you there? Shine, baby. You have the mic, Shine, baby. Are you there? If you're not speaking, I'm moving on to Koki Media. You can go ahead and ask your questions.
Good evening to the COS, and also good evening to the international community, because I'm aware that a couple of them are listening either by allowing themselves to be shown or anonymously, which is great. Once again, kudos to all the Biafrans and all those that have stood with this particular event. Can also confirm that it has been a very beautiful one. The reason for that is I remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was adopted, rendition, and kidnapped, we were all in shock. No one should expect nothing less from this evil contraction country known as Nigeria. What I want to say is that the COS have given us the hope, just as Simon has always prepared for this. My question to the COS is, as much as the event of the last couple of days is exactly almost a week now, which is going to be tomorrow, can we all still be very... I've listened to you before the breakup of the tweet, and I wasn't expecting it to come back, but I realized that it came back, which is very good. The event coming up is a big event, and I'm sure the world is looking forward to that. Mm-hmm. And that is the major reason why Simon was kept where he is. And I'm very proud to know that the event is still going ahead. Can we say to the international community that nothing will change? I know you've emphasized on it, and I want all the international media that are listening around the world. The event that is coming up from the 29th up to the 2nd, we go ahead as it has always been said by the PM? That's the first question.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Kraken Media, and my greetings to our own Sunday Boho. Thank you so much for what you've been doing with your people, and again, what we do is to make the world a better place, and we will continue to do that. Darkness will never take over light. So the redeclaration of Biafra is a life and death manner. Nobody can tamper with that. As I speak with you, I have over 400 Biafrans that are already inside Finland. Event is as planned. No distraction, no change. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, COS, one more time. And I can also convey that in the last week, Dr. Chief Sunday Gbowo is fully behind, the quest for the Biafra. Nothing has changed, and we remain adamant that our cordial relationship will remain as it is. I can speak on his behalf as a spokesman, and I can tell you that in the last couple of days, we've been speaking behind the closed door. We are fully behind the Biafra, and we will remain fully engaged. Like I have said, that whatever step that the Biafra will be taking, we will also continue to stay support. President and those Fulani Sultan of Sokoto that are behind this. The other question I'm going to be asking is if there's any changes to the development of these evil government, because what the government wants to do is to break our spirit, and I can see that your spirit, has become a very important one at this junction. And we want to continue to see that spirit up to the day of the event that is coming up in Finland. Apparently, I would have loved to be there, but for reasons, I won't be able to be there myself. But I have taken my Friday up to the few days to continue to make sure that our media will be there to make all the coverage. I can assure millions of people that are listening, because I know people are listening to me, that even as much as the Yorubas that are not in support of this particular relationship, let me reassure and reaffirm that Dr. Chief Sunday Gbowo is fully behind and in support of the Biafra, and nothing is going to change. I can tell you that, and I can pass this on, that nothing changed, because what you are fighting for is exactly what we are fighting for. I know people come to tell us about we're fighting for different things in a different ways. People have the right to self-defense, and let me give kudos to the Biafra media, because a lot has popped up since almost a week. Some event that I've never even come across, I'm seeing them. Just again, COS, be rest assured that the God of the land is with you. I know it's a heavy task, and there's nothing wrong in questioning the PM. And like I said in my tweet this morning, even if myself is arrested, the Yoruba nation must continue. And I'll leave it like that. Thank you so much to all the Biafra, all hail Biafra, and all hail the Yoruba people around the world. Thank you so much, COS.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Media, for that. We're going to move directly to Stein. Baby, are you there, please? Can we please go straight to the questions? And because we don't have much time, go straight to your question, and so the CEOs can answer you. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening.
No, Miracle, hold on. It's Sunshine's turn. Please. Also, I wanted to correct that our Prime Minister wasn't arrested, okay? Let's just stop saying that he wasn't arrested. He was just brought in for questioning. Let's correct that when we're asking our questions. Thank you very much.
We can't
hear you.
We can't hear her too. I didn't hear what she said.
Sunshine, we can't hear you. Your mic is not, you're not coming out. You're not coming out. If you're using your headphones, you can either disconnect and go talk directly to your phone, or I'll just have to move on to the next person. Okay. Deal with the mic, and I'm going to get back to you, okay? Miracle, you can go ahead. You have 2 minutes. Please ask your questions.
Yeah, good evening, my fellow Biafrans. Once again, I really appreciate what you are doing, especially our COS. I really appreciate. Since our Prime Minister was invited by the Finnish government, here in Southeast, there's a big panic. People are calling us names, telling us one thing or the other, that we are not doing well, that we are doing this, all this and that. But since we have heard from the horse's mouth that our Prime Minister was invited, we are very happy. So direct to my question, I just have one question. And please, COS, I want you to address this issue. Some people are saying that our Prime Minister is not really a IPOB member. This and that, this and that. I want you to address this issue. Is he really a registered IPOB member, or just that?
We don't want that kind of question. COS, thank you. Tochi, thank you. The other phone got IPOB, down, so because I'm not in my location.
What is IPOB?
So I lost internet connection. I just pick up this other one to see that.
We are talking about government in SI. What is IPOB? IPOB is just organization.
Miracle Ekwem. This is the Information, Media and Communications Minister speaking. We don't need that kind of question now.
What is IPOB?
That is to say, if you have been a Biafran from when MNK was kidnapped, you should not be asking this kind of question.
Imagine IPOB.
And those DOAs that are coming to you, tell them to go and embrace Transformer. Is there any chronicle or any Bible that is written that if you're not IPOB member, you cannot give us Biafra, and you cannot be the Prime Minister? Was our eternal leader, the IPOB member, registered before he decided to defend Biafra land?
Yeah, so let me quickly, thank you so much, Honorable Minister Sani Akparawa, for that response. And let me just make it more clearer. What we are doing is the restoration of the independence state of Biafra. And this is being led by the Biafra government in exile and the facto in homeland. Anybody that asks or that is outside this mindset, this concept, these thoughts of what we are doing, please, is it confident? Don't waste your time talking to such people. That energy you are using, talking to that individual, you will use that energy to be getting things ready for our redeclaration, or looking for those terrorists that are coming to kill our women and kill our mothers and our children. So when you come across such people, please, and I'm telling this to all Biafran, do not waste a second for any of the individuals that are coming with you with like, is PM IPOB, is it this one, did he swear oath? Please, those are distractions we don't need. We've gone past that stage many years back. So do not ever let them distract you, because they're just going to, listen to what you say, maybe record what you say, and then use that just to waste your time. We should be talking about getting resources, getting people to donate to make sure that our foot soldiers are defending our mothers every single minute. We are in the 40 states of Biafra, and what we should be doing is to just think of ways to, because the only thing Nigerian government is they have the billions, they have money. They will go to the World Health Organization or UN or whatever and borrow money. And they will say they want to use that money for something, maybe for health. And they will use that just to equip the terrorists and send them over to the Biafra territory. It's all about the money. As I'm speaking right now, I'm going to beg everyone listening to me. We do weekly fundraisers, and we always send the post out there. From this moment going on, please, if you have been donating 2,000 to the Biafra government, please, I want you to increase it to 5,000, because right now we are going to do the final staging for Biafrans to start going home in 2025. There's no other. We need the money, and we know that when we all contribute, we are going to continue to get more money. For now, we have two main accounts for the Biafra government under our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. One of them is the Brigade, the Biafra government account. The other one is the New Dimension mandate. These are places where you can donate your money to help this struggle. We are a nation, so we are not going to go into people. The time to talk has passed. The time to march has passed. The time to make noise, maybe people go on television and be talking all the crap. Those times have gone. Majority of Biafrans, we are moving into our own nation. They should start getting ready to apply for asylum, to apply for their immigration documents if they want to be citizens of Biafra. And our conditions are very, very clear. During the declaration, our constitution is going to be launched. Our money is going to be both our Ejema and our currencies are ready. We are ready to move forward as a full-fledged country. So that is what you should focus now. Anybody that is coming to tell you anything less than, please ignore that person. Thank you so much.
Thank you, COS, for that. And also, please, let's limit our questions to what she just mentioned, the declaration, and any other questions that you have about what she addressed earlier. Let's limit our questions to that and not go beyond what we're supposed to do here. And please, let's limit it to 2 minutes. Chidima, you have the mic. You can go ahead.
Okay, thank you for bringing me in. Good evening, my honorable COS co-host. I greet everybody in the house. To be honest, I don't have any question to ask, just to show my appreciation to our dear mom, COS, our honorable minister, Ngozi Orabeze, for the good work, for the encouragement. In fact, the very first day, that day that you just you cleared us about how everything went, the zeal, the way your spirit was high, lifted our own as well. In fact, I'm one of them that was like, if not for any other thing, even if we, by God's grace, we know that in no distant time that there will be joy, because even in prophecy, by prophecy, it has been prophesied that at the end of this, that it will be too difficult, but after everything, that victory will be ours. That mindset should be in our mind. That statement, that prophecies should be in our mind at this difficult time, that this morale that you have brought up in us will continue to push us ahead. That nothing, since we have the best thing that God have done for us is to make us to be government. And this government, nobody will pull down. And as this zeal that you have lifted in us, I have seen many people that have not been seen. Even myself, I have not been coming out like the way I started since all these things started. It has been a wonderful thing that made everybody to sit up. Many people are now talking. We are sitting up, and even from those our enemies, they are like surprised that we cannot be pulled down. Instead of pulling us down, we have been pushed 3 times ahead. So my honorable COS, we are solidly behind you. I myself have been doing my own, the little way I can, and it is yielding a lot of fruit. So likewise, I'm urging every one of us to put heads together. your platform is the highest weapon that we have. Use it. If you cannot make a video, please post the ones that others have done so that it will circulate.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. We just wanted to make sure that people that have questions come up and ask their questions. Everyone have 2 minutes, please. Only come up if you have a question. Ike Guano, please go ahead. 2 minutes. Ike Guano, GK, are you there?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Go ahead and ask the questions, the serious.
Already somebody has asked the question I want to ask is about the declaration to make sure that it's still going on no matter what. So that's my main question.
Okay, so that means you don't have any questions. Thank you for coming. So I have to go move on to the next person, you know, because we have a lot of people. Thank you very much. Veteran Dragon, please go ahead. Veteran Dragon, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Go ahead, you have 2 minutes.
Yeah. I don't really have a question. I'm just want to thank my COS, my able COS. I just want to thank you for standing up at a time like this and strengthening Biafrans. I say, may the Elohim bless you, continue to strengthen you. Like you said, our Prime Minister have always looked for a time like this when we are going to naked Nigeria, naked the zoo. So I want to thank you for the high spirit. And all of us are all in high spirit. Our morals are high. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank all the government officials, the cabinet members, everyone. This is a government. We cannot be pulled down. We are stronger than ever. Thank you so much. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Veteran, for that brief statement. Agujegbe, please go ahead. 2 minutes. Thank you. Agujegbe, can you go ahead? 2 minutes. Are you there? Agujegbe, are you there? Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. Just give me, let me excuse myself. Yeah, hello. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, our COS. Thank you for your wonderful contribution. Thank you for all what you have been doing since the invitation of our Prime Minister.
Thank you.
Let's prove today Nigeria Islamic terrorist government that is continuity in Biafra, United States of Biafra, in government, Biafra Republic government, United government. One person can never stop Biafra. Let's prove, you have proven to them that we have millions of Simon Ekpa. We have millions of Mazen Nandekalo. We have millions of Biafran, formidable Biafrans. Let's prove to them that they can never stop the light to shine. Thank you for all what you have done. Thank you for making Biafran to stand firm. Thank you.
You also
have to thank you. I don't have
Do you have any questions for the COS? Do you have any questions for her?
Yeah, my question goes like this. Is it not possible for us all the information, both interview from this former forces? Is it not possible for the Biafrans to be bringing them out so that the entire world will be also seeing what Nigeria has been doing? Both the statement made by the late Obadiah.
Hold on. The chair wanted to say something. Did you ask your question clearly so she can